Penance RPG and its affiliate sponsor, D&Dice, makers of dice for all types of heroes, proudly presents Plummet, Falling in the Dark, a Penance RPG adaptation. This bard's tale, as is customary in these parts, may contain strong adult themes, cursing, and high adventure. For now, time turns, the path is open. Let the story commence.
Welcome to episode 44 of Plummet. Who are you? What are you? And to celebrate National Second-Hand Wardrobe Week, what from your wardrobe would you give to Belry for him to look good? Starting with AJ.
Hey, it's me, AJ. I'm here playing Dusty Dan McGraw, Bounty Hunter. For the second time. We'll see how this goes. I don't know what I'd give Belry to make him look good. I've got kind of like a random leather waistcoat that I think he could probably rock. A mate of mine got me it as a joke one year for a birthday present, like unsolicited, and I think I wore it once as part of a costume, so maybe that. I think Belry could pull the look off. Other than that, like, I'm not giving him my Jedi robe because, you know, it's mine.
I also have one of those.
Jedi robe or a leather waistcoat?
Jedi robe, of course.
Oh, yeah.
They're shockingly warm.
Yeah, it's winter clothing. It's definitely good.
Right.
But the point is, Belry's not getting mine.
Fair.
Next we have Lenida.
Yes, it's me, Lenida. I'm playing our little Dragonkin thief, Fernin. Yeah, I have a nice pair of dancing pants, like they're really big and wide, made from some sort of Manchester. It's a fabric, but in Sweden we call it Manchester. I don't know if you have a fabric called Manchester in England or Scotland or whatever.
No, we have a
We do,
city.
no.
It might be corduroy.
Oh, that's a
But-
thing, yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, those are black and they're really big and wide, made by a brand called UFO. They are so comfy, and I think, yeah, they probably fit him quite nicely. I only see pictures of him, so I haven't met the man, but I think they would be looking good at him. Yeah.
Alright. And finally this week we have Rowan.
Ciao, I'm playing Rupert Steelbottom, a dwarf warrior champion thing. I put everything into strength and nothing anything else, so let's see how this goes. And if I had to give something to Barry from my wardrobe, it would have to be my woolen axolotl hat.
I could see him rocking a woolen axolotl hat.
It's really cute.
Would it go with the other two pieces that we're giving you?
Not in the slightest. It looks terrible. I get laughed out of shops, but you know.
What colour is it?
So
Fuck 'em.
he's got corduroy trousers, a leather waistcoat with nothing on underneath, and a woolen axolotl hat.
That would actually suit
I
Belry.
reckon
Not
he
the
could pull this
Jedi
off.
robe.
Yeah.
Well, Belry has already said several times that he technically could never be naked because of how furry he is. Just let that sink in for a minute.
Now I'm
I'm not
picturing
sure that
Barry in a
would stand
fursuit,
up.
and I wish I wasn't.
Fair enough. No Amy this week because she's had to go and do something last minute. No Belry because he's given us the thinnest of excuses, which is that he's going to meet his sister's new boyfriend. And no Squid because he's had a power cut. So hopefully Squid might be on later, but we don't know. So with that out of the way, we turn to Dragon and say what happened last week. So Dragon, if you please.
As Frankie awoke from his light snooze in the inn, he was greeted by the Grand Artificer, who seemed surprised to see him, and claimed he thought you were all dead. Without pretending to hide his disappointment, the Artificer requested Frankie join several new recruits to investigate the strange red portal that had opened in the middle of town. These recruits turned out to be Farnin, the dragonborn son of Burr and Stunin, and Dusty Dan McGraw, a bounty hunter proclaiming to be from the Old Country. As vague introductions were made between the trio, they turned their attentions to the task in hand, the swirling red mass in front of them. After witnessing a large four-pronged anchor on a large metal chain fly forth from the other side of the portal, to be slowly dragged back through it, Frankie decided it must be safe enough, and the group traversed through, finding themselves standing amidst the wind and heavy rain atop a cliff top, staring down into the sea, and also noticing several rather undead-looking figures climbing the cliff face towards them. Agreeing that they were here to make a difference, Frankie attempted to use his fireballs to push back the advances of these fellows, but instead succeeded in setting the cliff top itself alight. And, as the flames grew higher, beacons began lighting down in the bay, as an armada of ships carrying the undead all came into view as more and more of these beacons lit up the darkness. Understandably convinced that this was a very bad thing, the trio ran to the nearby church-like building, initially hoping to barricade it from the inside against this threat. But after realising there was little of either value or use inside to steal or help their situation, they quickly made their way down the stairs next to the altar, finding themselves in a massive chamber where several smaller rooms containing crystals sprouted off this room, and a beam of light arced from the floor to the ceiling through a strange container. Deciding that the portal must open in response to crystals, the party frantically collected several colours and began testing them within the beam, causing the portal at the back to splutter into life and reveal several dangerous-looking environments as they swapped crystal after crystal before trying all the crystals at once, causing the vision of a ship's cargo hold to shimmer into view. Agreeing that they had little time to escape the undead, and convinced this ship would be better than their current environment, the trio went through the portal, stepping onto the ship and hearing the sounds of frantic soldiers loading goods and supplies on the deck above, as the portal behind them closed. Now standing on the deck, the party recognised several distinct features of the harbour and realised they were back in Nerrick Hall. This led to a discussion as to whether they should just stay on the ship and travel across the seas to new adventures. However, they were soon approached by a deckhand who inquired who they were, and despite a spirited attempt to convince them that they were meant to be there, the sailor was going to have them thrown off the ship. Relieved to finally have an output for his angst, Farnin failed in his attempt to knock the sailor out with a hammer, but somehow managed to convince the troubled soul he had been attempting to remove a large spider from his back. And, panicked, the sailor began shedding clothes and shrieking in terror at the concept. While all this confusion was flying around, Frankie convinced Farnin to try again with the necromancer they had seen in the crow's nest. Proving that lightning can strike twice, the spider feat was repeated, causing the necromancer to leap from the nest, shrieking in panic that he too was riddled with massive spiders. Shaking his head and throwing a massive fireball into the guts of the ship, Frankie, Burnin and Dusty left the burning ship and headed back into Nerrick Hall, as several panicked villagers sprinted past them, screaming something about the undead.
And lo, the story continues. So, as Frankie, Fernan, and Dusty are making their way back towards Neracol, and these frantic villagers are passing you, you walk past a dwarf who seems to be shaking his head as well, not sure what to make of the situation. And I will let you do your introductions now.
Hello there, friend. You look
I know
a
what
little
you
lost.
want.
Whoa, now.
Who are you? I'm Fernan.
I lovely to meet ya, Rupert Steelbottom.
Oh.
Howdy, my name's Dusty. Dusty Dan McGraw, bounty hunter.
Lovely to make your acquaintance. This accent's just changing every time I do it.
Welcome to all 3 characters this episode.
Wow.
So as you start talking to the dwarf and more villagers run past you, you notice a troop of guard running towards the docks, and in the middle of this square of guards you see a rickshaw, and it stops with a sort of hand coming out the rickshaw as soon as he sees you, and you notice the chief artificer walk out and inquiringly look at you all and say, "Well, it seems that you're on your way to defeat this Ebony Darkness. How far have you got?"
Well, I don't want to get your hopes up there, Mr. Artificer.
We haven't found him yet. Do you know where he
Also,
might be?
I don't think he's been mentioned to us 3 particular characters before.
I think Frankie said something about it when we were on the boat.
Possibly.
As soon as Frankie notices the artificer, Frankie just literally has ran off at high speed. Somehow, the rest of you noticing, you just sort of turn around and Frankie's gone.
There he goes. Yeah, off he goes.
Yeah, he's a fast runner.
I'm sure we'll get an explanation for that eventually.
So,
Hopefully,
the
yeah.
artificer looks at you with one raised eyebrow and goes, quite. Well, you see, there's quite a high bounty on this Ebony Darkness, and if you're willing
Bounty?
if you're willing to bring me his head, then we will reward you justly, of course. But
Let's do it.
as he sort of gestures around, you notice the city is beginning to crumble as all these undead and demons and such are running around. But I have another appointment. But if you do kill this Ebony Darkness, just bring him to my office. I'm sure someone will greet you there. It'll be good to see it. He gets back in his rickshaw, and as he sits down, you probably have one brief window to ask him anything. You want to ask him anything?
Well, could you perhaps point us in the right direction, at least, to where he might be? It seems like your city's crumbling, right? So...
Start with the town square. There's a tavern near there that seems to be the first thing to crumble.
Okay. Well, go check that out then. And Fur is going to try to pickpocket the guy.
Roll.
So, hang on, he sat in his chair, you're leaning over going, so yeah, where should we go? And he's there, and then you're basically then going, oh cheers, and then just attempting to subtly reach inside his shirt while he's looking at you.
Yes.
Okay, I just wanted to check.
You know, power of distraction? Power of distraction?
What is he distracted with?
I'm talking to him, and I'm waving my hands around, you know? Or at least one of them.
Are you picking his pocket with your foot or something?
No, I'm picking it with one of my hands. Haven't you seen Street Magicians? You know how
I've
they do.
seen the Darren Brown one where he basically like strips the guy of all his valuables while talking to him, yes. So I could believe it happens, but... Let's roll and see what we get from this. Just roll a base 20, let's see. 7, no. As you try and put your hand in his pocket, you hear a very loud snap, and you pull your very sore hand out immediately to find there's a mousetrap on the other side.
He had your number there, Fernand.
Ow. Well, it's good that you have the traps. I think I saw a spider there. That's why.
I'm going to regret doing this roll to see if there's any spiders on. After the last one, he looks at you wide-eyed and said, "Spider?" And as the rickshaw kicks off with the guards chasing you, hear him begin to flounder, and you notice his jacket fly out the side of the rickshaw, get trampled into the dirt.
I think I've got Fernand's neck down now. Holy shit. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna go pick up the jacket and see if there's any valuables in it.
Okay. You pick up the jacket.
Perhaps
It
we
seems
should-
a very nicely tailored jacket. There's no valuables at all in it, but it does feel like itself. It might be worth something.
Well, yeah, I'll just stuff it for now or in my bags and bring it with me. Just to sell it later, maybe.
Okay. So what are you gonna do now?
Perhaps we should go to this inn that was previously mentioned.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Or maybe not a good idea, but I think it's like the only idea we might have, so.
Well,
Yeah.
give it time. We might come up with something else.
Well, I mean, we're going to a bar, so there might be something to do there besides gallivanting around searching for darkness people and stuff like that. Maybe something to do.
I don't drink.
Oh. Well, you can watch us drink them.
It's bad
But
for your
may I
health.
May I commend you on bucking the, quite frankly, ridiculous racial stereotype of dwarfs being drinking all the time. Bravo.
Thank you, sir.
Does Fernan actually drink at 14?
Of course he does.
Didn't we all?
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah. He's a dragon
Sounds
kid
like
that's been
relief.
home alone for a while now, so he's been partying around.
Okay. So you all head off to this inn, and as you get close to the inn, you recognize the inn as the one that had the gigantic spider behind it that you... Oh, no, you know, none of you were there, so none of you recognize it, never mind.
No.
Nope, none of us know.
As you turn up to this tavern, you notice that it's somewhat been on fire, and there's the footprints of what looks like some sort of giant arachnid creature that must be about the size of a small building. Seems to have crawled nearby.
You can tell because there's 8 separate different footprints.
Oh. Well, thank you for that, Dusty.
Yeah. I'm full
Didn't
of
know that.
interesting information.
Yes.
I have a +3 in tracking. That's how I know.
So, are you going to track the giant arachnid? Are you going to look at the old tavern? Are you going to look behind the tavern? What are you going to do?
I'm not gonna track anything. I just using my passive skill to point out that there happen to be footprints there.
Yeah, I think we should maybe go outside and look and see if there's anything to drink and look around.
Okay.
The only tracking I'm gonna be doing is tracking down a bottle of whiskey. I hope.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay. So, you walk inside the inn. The inn is completely deserted, and there's immediately a strong smell of death.
This doesn't bode well for table service.
No, maybe we should have to service ourselves.
Yes.
Furry's gonna go over to the bar and see if there's anything drinkable there.
Okay, roll. Right. Okay.
That was my 20, by the way.
It was Dusty's 20.
Oh, that Dusty's 20.
I got a 17
Oh, fuck's
first.
sake. Right, okay.
I have 17.
We could just say I was
17, though.
tracking down a bottle of fine sipping whiskey.
Okay, well, Dusty finds quite a nice aged bottle of whiskey, which seems to have been hidden at the back, at the bottom. Unopened,
That's what I'm
which
talking
even means
about.
it's not been watered down yet. Fur finds a large bucket on the bar with what looks like some crude writing on it, but you can't really read it.
What does it smell like?
It smells quite strongly of chemicals.
Can I do an alchemy check on that one?
Yep.
You know, technically everything in the universe is made of chemicals.
What's a chemical?
It smells of some kind of like bleach-like liquid.
Oh. Hey, Dusty. Do you mind if I share maybe a little whiskey with you? This over here is sort of bleach.
I'm afraid I'm gonna have to see some ID.
Why would you need ID?
Well, the way that your voice be cracking, I'm starting to think you may or may not be an underage drinker.
Have you seen any laws around here about age drinking and like that?
I point to the sign above the bar that says customers must be 18 older to be served alcohol.
Oh. You mean that sign in your imagination?
No, I'm sure that Nicolette will go along with the bit on this one.
think you're gonna have to roll to see if that.
There are several signs above the bar. What they read is anyone's guess because they are completely written quite illiterately, but sure.
Fine.
Well,
give me your sippy cup. I'll give you some.
and Fernin hands him his sippy cup and looks a little bit embarrassed.
Oh,
I pour some out in it. There you go. Be careful. This is for refined palate. You might be better off with a Bacardi Breezer or a...
can you still get Bacardi Breezers?
I don't know. I haven't had one since
Yes,
I was about 16.
You can definitely get them.
Okay.
Lucky for me, it's a sippy cup, so I can just sip it. So
Okay.
yeah.
Your funeral.
Can I, like, Ben's pressure chair or something?
Sure.
I don't know, can you?
I'm gonna Ben's pressure chair.
Sure, that's what you want to do.
My idea for this character was a really stupid, health-conscious dwarf, by the way.
I like it.
Yep.
So now we have settled the drinks. Should we look around for some clues or something? You know.
I prefer
Let's
Monopoly,
look
but
for
okay.
clues.
Okay, you
Yeah,
wanted to look upstairs, you want to look behind the bar, do you want to look outside, where do you want to look?
Let's
Fern?
check out behind the bar first.
Okay.
Look, first is a
I
hard
sort
word
of knew you'd say that. Are you
Okay.
finished your whiskey already?
Okay.
Looking for
So-
clues.
Everyone who's looking behind the bar, roll me a d20, let's see what you find.
Is this an awareness check or?
Yeah, awareness.
Well, what do we have here?
Fernan finds a bottle of aged Chardonnay.
Ooh.
Dusty finds a set of keys to what looks like the rooms upstairs.
The dead body of the barman.
I find quite a brained skull lying on the ground, as if someone's been obviously killed, but that's just normal in these kind of bars.
I don't question that. I pick up the keys and are they on like a ring?
Yep.
I twirl it around my finger and go, well, step 2 is afoot.
All right. So upstairs then. I take it.
Seems to be.
Fer will just open the bottle of Chardonnay and drink some while walking upstairs.
You head up the stairs. There seems to be 3 doors. One door has got like 2 or 3 locks on it. The other 2 seem to be potentially unlocked. What do you want to do?
Somebody wants to protect something behind those locks, I think.
Can
You
I
got
kick
the
him
keys.
down?
Yep. Are you kicking down the 2
Oh.
other doors first, or kicking down the locked door first?
Locked door, of course, a challenge.
Okay, roll.
Oh, and
I
I'm
just
gonna
read-
enjoy this. Vernon is just standing back and like sipping the wine and just.
Okay. You kick your foot right through the door. A huge like panel of the door flies through with your boot. So you can now see through into the room, and as you do this, a huge like waft of smoke and like dust flies back into the room you're in.
Oh,
Mighty fine, mighty fine.
I'm just imagining the
That's
start.
how you do it.
Well,
Imagining the start of Naked Gun where he goes to kick open
Yeah.
the door and just puts his foot through.
exactly.
I cover my mouth with my, cowboy cloth around my neck.
Your cowboy apparel.
Yeah. My face covered in cloth on account of all of the dust in here.
Well, I mean, it's your name. Dusty.
So the door has now got a huge, about maybe half-meter square section shunted in of it. Are you wanting to climb through the small gap, or you want to try and push the door open somewhere else? What do you want to do?
I will unlock the remaining locks and open the door.
Just what I was thinking there.
You
nice
unlock
thinking,
the
Dusty.
remaining locks, and as you open the door, you basically find a very, very rotten body in what looks
Ooh.
like a very short dress. And you also find that the bed behind is like covered in blood.
Anything?
Something untoward has
interest?
gone on in this locality.
They clearly
Yeah.
didn't have their 5 a day.
Is the body on the bed?
Nope, the body's lying on the floor next to the bed face down.
Okay.
It looks and
Does it
smells
look-
pretty rotten.
Yeah, does it look like the body is the cause of all the blood?
Nope.
Nope. Maybe we should see if there's anything of interest in this room. Maybe some clues or something.
You don't find this interesting, and this doesn't strike you as some
No.
kind of clue.
It's just a dead body and some blood. I mean, look at this town right now. It's not strange at all. I do wonder why they would lock it in, though. That's a bit weird.
But safekeeping for later.
Yeah. Ferd is going to, look away and start rifling the body and see if we can find anything of use on the body,
Okay.
the clothes.
Are you going to check the body or are you going to check the clothes?
The clothes.
Okay, roll awareness. Natural 1. Oh god. As you sort of check the pockets, you take your hand away and your hands are now covered in sort of rotten, dried blood. It stinks like there's something else supposed to mix with the blood all over the clothes.
Ew. I'm just gonna go down and get this off, guys. And Ferd will run down the stairs and put his hand in the bucket of sort of bleach really quickly and see if that gets it off.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah, does that burn his hand off? Yeah.
Well, 1 second.
I was joking. Don't burn his hand off.
When he takes his hand back out, the top 2 layers of skin have been burned off his hand.
Oh!
His hand is
Fuck's sake.
bloodied and bleeding and fizzing quite strongly.
Yeah, Ferd will probably just try to heal his hand as best as he can. And
Okay,
then,
sure.
wrap it up in the nice little coat he has with him.
Okay. You're wrapping your hand up in your coat. What's Dusty and Rupert doing?
Squats.
That's
The first thing I thought of!
You need to stay in shape. It's
Just an image of everyone being really careful, moving around and Rupert on one side of the room going, huh, 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 huh.
That's basically what I'm imagining too.
Alright, what's Dusty doing?
I look under the bed.
Okay.
What do I see?
You just see what looks like fresh blood seems to be dripping from the mattress.
Can I check inside the mattress?
Are you going to cut it open? Or are you going to... What are you going to do?
Yeah, I pull out my Bowie knife, which admittedly is just written as dagger on my sheet, and I cut
see.
it open.
Okay, roll to see what happens.
Oh.
As you cut open the mattress, these gigantic 2 long tentacles come straight out and start waving around.
Is
They
not
both
a
have
member
eyes
foe.
on the end and they look like they're looking at you quite confused as to what you are.
Howdy.
They just seem to blink and look at you.
Now, I'm gonna need you to tell me what you're doing in this here dead child's mattress. I seem to have strayed into Louisiana. Happened about the same time last episode.
Oh god.
Do you have any gumbo?
No one here has a stable accent.
No share.
As you look at the long tentacles,
That ain't right.
very, very slowly this large, fang-filled mouth starts rising from the mattress.
I'm beginning to think that this might not be a mattress.
You might be right, I say when I come into the room. Should we try to, maybe kill it?
Well,
It
hold
seems
on
to
now.
show a lot of interest in Fur because of the strong smell of blood coming from him.
It looks like it's hungry, guys.
Does it?
Better kill it before it eats me.
Do you kill everything that is hungry?
No, I don't.
Greetings, tentacle fella. What? And also to you. What brings you here? To this here I can't. It's this here. I can't stop being from the swamp people. What brings you to this tavern? That's more like it.
So these massive fangs slowly part, and these what looks like two separate tongues sort of come out and start running over the edge of the bed and then go back into the fangs.
So, Dusty, anytime you want me to help you attack the big monster who's just about to eat somebody, let me
You're
know.
jumping to
I'll
a
be
lot of
ready.
conclusions about how much willing to kill out of with no provocation.
Yep, fine, that's what I'm saying. I'm just waiting for your signal. Let me know when you want help. With that thing. Or
I don't
mattress.
want any help. Not
All right.
about to attack me. It's curious. Just saying.
Once again, the mouth opens and the tongue lurches out and seems to try and... It's like it's almost sniffing the air near fur, trying to work out where the sense of blood's coming from.
See, no attacks here.
Fur is going to go outside of the room for now. So he gets away a bit from the monster, so he has a safe distance to it all.
Okay. As you retreat, the monster seems to go... It seems to sort of show more interest in the way you're going than anything else.
Yeah. Keep interrogating, Dusty. Or what the fuck you're doing.
Don't worry, he won't hurt you anymore. Well, I'm sorry to have disturbed your sleep in this here, apparently 3-star hotel. I was gonna back
Sorry.
out of the room, close the door behind me. Well, after Rupert Steelbottom, if he wanted to join me, and also, unless cool with doing squats up here in this here monster's abode.
I think I'll join you.
Nah, that's
Thing
what
gives
I
me the
thought,
willies.
so. Good day, you two-tongued thing. Close the door behind me.
You notice it sink back down into the bed.
See? There, Fernet. You can't go through life killing everything that you come across.
No, we won't get any clues either by not killing the monster inside that room, but
Well, what's to learn?
have it your way,
There's
Dusty.
a dead person on the floor, and a monster in the mattress. Mr. Solved.
Yes, and it leads us how much closer to finding Ebony Darkness?
If you look behind you, there are 2 other doors in this upstairs hallway.
Yes, indeed it is. Let's go check them out.
That
See if
was
we
what
can
I was
find
implying, yes.
For any more mattresses we can converse with.
Alright.
And Fur will just go to the next door.
Okay. What are you going to do? Are you going to listen at the door? Are you going to push the door open? Are you going to try the door?
I'm
What are you
gonna
gonna do?
listen to the door first, see if there's anything sounding on the other side.
You hear the sound of something shambling inside.
Dusty, there's something moving around in here. You want to do
Why
the
don't you
honors?
go check it out then? Put this newly learned skill of tolerance to the test.
Yeah, I think you have to show me once more how tolerance works. Please go
I
ahead.
think you're old enough now. If you think you're old enough for whiskey, you're old enough to open a goddamn door.
I think you're a bit chicken.
Can I headbutt the door down while they're arguing?
Sure.
Roll. Okay, as you two of you are discussing, Rupert just walks up and just nuts through the door splinters in 2, crashing to the ground, and inside there are 3 or 4 zombies which immediately turn towards you and go...
Oh, there he goes again.
Oh, shivers!
If you wait a minute, Rupert, let Dusty talk to them first before we do anything rash.
No, I feel like you should take the lead on this one. You think you're
No, I'm the one.
going around thinking you can just kill every little thing that you find. Why don't you go inside and show these here shambling boys who's a big 14-year-old on his first little adventure?
I'm doing the killing here. You're doing the talking, so go ahead. I'm
I
going
don't
to go
want
in
to
this
talk.
other
I did
room.
my talk. I taught you your lesson. About
You didn't
tolerance.
teach me
Last
anything.
That is quite patently clear.
Zombies begin to shuffle towards the door, all quite very much looking at Fur and the bleeding wound in his hand.
Well, Fur is going to go to the next room and open that door and see what's in there.
Sure, double the amount of zombies that are following you.
Are you just going to open the door straight out, or are you going to...
Yes, I'm just going to
Okay.
open the door straight out.
Open the door, and sitting on the floor in the room, a quite strange-looking hooded figure, who, as you open the door, goes, "Who are you?"
Well, I'm Fernin. Who are you?
"I am Melisande."
Oh. Hello there, Melisande. What are you doing here in this sort of a dark and dank place?
"I am recording."
And what might that be you're recording?
She sort of lifts her quill from the page and goes, "Deaths."
Oh. Any particular deaths, or just all deaths, or what?
Now, why would you go and ask that? You're not going to enjoy the answer when she says
Oh, dear.
yours.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
There's a little more days coming.
As Fur asks this, basically what happens is a hand bursts through the floor, grabs him by the crotch, and pulls him down to his knees.
Normally you pay about 50 gold for a service like that, but
What the
Can I grab him and pull him
actual-
back up?
You can grab him, yep.
Okay, I'm
Stands.
doing that.
Add your strength to it.
This is gonna hurt.
the important part here is the hand still holding onto the crotch.
We'll find out. You grab for him and wrench him upwards. There's a horrific tearing sound.
How the flip did that thing have a stronger grip than me?
Well, Ferdinand
Well,
is standing up
did-
now. The hand below is holding his balls. There is a distinct
So wake up.
gap of about maybe half a metre between the two now.
Lucky they hadn't dropped yet. Motherfucker.
I beg to differ.
Yeah, now they definitely dropped.
Ah, there, well dropped.
Yeah. So, can you please ask the lady what she's recording? Her name is Melisande.
Why don't you ask the hand for your balls back?
Can I pull them out of the hand's hand?
You can try. The hand is sort of, it seems to be like crushing them and then relaxing and then sort of crushing them again. So you can try and
Yeah,
time
you
your,
Okay, that-
time your sort of pluck them back out quite neatly.
I don't think I have the dexterity for that. My dexterity is 1.
When you can snatch Fernand's balls from its hand, you will be the master.
3 episodes later. Nearly there.
I don't think I want to.
I don't think there's any use getting my balls back. We can't attach them again, so.
Let's get you downstairs, laddie. Or get you a band-aid.
Yep, that might be a good idea.
I take Fernin downstairs for a band-aid.
Okay, Fernan is walking quite croaky hoop at the moment. What's Dusty doing?
So, Melisande, was it?
Yes. Who are you?
Did you used to be a dog of some sort?
I'll give that as the answer.
I will take that as a yes. I'm gonna need you to point me in the direction of a fella just like he got fired from a cannon and hit every hot topic on the way through.
What is hot topic?
So it's kind of full of edgy folks who say they don't care about what people think of them, but they really do. Either way, a lot of black clothing, goes by the name Ebony Darkness.
Ah, you've met the master.
Well, no, actually, I'm looking to make his acquaintance. Was hoping you could help me.
If you go through the portal behind this inn, he is waiting.
Thank you kindly. We'll can't close the door behind me.
At this point, the zombies are shambling towards you very slowly.
Tip my hat at them and walk past. You said they're very slowly. I've got a 5 in dexterity.
Yep, that's fine. So as you return downstairs, what's Rupert and Fur doing about Fur's injury?
Well, I've probably searched around and I'm trying to find a plaster or something to stick on it.
Throwing some healing spells at it as well.
Roll d20 for looking for a plaster.
Yep. Roll for looking for a bandage.
Whatever you do, I don't recommend dipping it in that bucket.
Okay. You find a somewhat soiled bandage, but it's the best you can find.
Clean enough for open wounds?
Well, it's either soiled bandage or nothing.
Oh, maybe you can have some of that liquor first. I know it's gonna hurt, but maybe that will disinfect it.
Did we not pre-establish that Dragonborn have cloacas?
We also said that, but we also said that Burr had nuts.
That's true. Very well.
I mean, axolotls have the same, so...
Yeah.
Ooh, that actually sounds worse now I think about it. I'm not really sure how to help with an injury like that.
Well, just give me some whiskey and I'll pour it on, and then we can put the bandage on and we can be on our merry way.
Stuff a bandage in.
I hand him the wine. I'm not giving up the whiskey.
That works.
The whiskey, please. Wine won't do.
I go behind the bar and get a cheap bottle.
You get
Well, as
the
long as it's
standard
a lot of
bottle of
alcohol.
Bell's whiskey that everywhere has and nowhere ever uses.
Yeah. The one that might as well just be called house whiskey.
Yep.
Oh, that works.
Now, I found out where this here Ebony Darkness fella be holed up. We gotta go through the portal behind the inn. Apparently,
Slightly
he's waiting
off-topic
for us.
question. Hopsky,
Yes.
have you ever read My Immortal and know the main character's name?
Is that Harry Potter fanfic?
Yeah, and the main character is named Ebony Darkness Dementia Ravenway.
I did not know that.
And I can't unsee it. I'm sorry, I'm trying.
Well, you can blame Belry for this one, because Ebony Darkness was one of his
It was
characters.
Belry's character that we
Yeah.
used as a...
So he might have read
He
it.
likes My Immortal confirmed.
Yep.
God
Definitely.
damn it, Belry.
Doesn't seem out of character.
No.
Not in the slightest. Either way, let's go back behind the shed and find the portal.
Find this
Yes,
hole in
let's-
the world.
Are you going to bandage Fern in as these zombies are trying to deal with stairs, or are you going to just...
Yeah. Well, maybe we
Yeah,
can
leave it.
do it on the move. Keep an eye
Yeah,
out
we
for
could probably do it on the
proper
move.
bandaging.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
disinfected and all now, so...
Could I put, a table on the stairs to stop the zombies from advancing?
You could, yes. You could power
Okay,
lift
I'll
the table.
do that. I mean, fuck yeah, rolling?
Yep, you managed to pick up one of the biggest tables in the room, and you put it on its side next to the stairs so the zombies can't immediately come past it. One or two of them
Very
reached it and
impressive.
began sort of leaning over it quite pathetically, going...
Not today, my dead friend.
That takes care of that.
Yeah, very impressive.
Good job, Rupert. Now let's try to
So-
get to that portal, please.
Yeah, perhaps it is out back, as was previously established. Maybe by the outhouse.
Yeah, let's go check it out.
Do you think we should find out where Frankie was before we go diving headfirst into some kind of rip in the fabric of space-time? Or are you just cool with it?
Nah, I think he might catch up to us probably somehow.
That does sound like something he'd do.
He seems like a resourceful guy.
It does sound like he'd go diving through any sort of rip in fabric he could go for.
Yeah.
It's been several episodes since we re-established that Frankie's some ladies. Figured it was time to do that again.
Yes. Although we
No.
know nothing about it, but I mean, that doesn't really matter.
I just got that vibe off of it.
On we go
yes,
then.
you head round the side of the inn. When you get to the back, you find a very pathetic sort of wooden wall. It looks like it's been crushed, but there's sort of bits of it remain. You notice a large, sort of very dried red splotch in what looks like someone that might be about 6 foot tall. It looks like they've been crushed to death by something.
I legitimately forgotten who died there.
Well, I don't know if we knew anyone who died there.
True.
I'm not even sure I know you people.
It's our first night together. A lot of happenings here, yeah. Do we see a portal anywhere, guys?
When you go through past all the wood and look in, you see a medium-sized greenish portal swirling in front of you. There seems to be
That's
2 or
probably
3
it.
cloth-wearing, like, cultists wandering around outside. They're counting, like, boxes and crates that have come through.
Howdy, folks. Don't mind us. Passing through.
Like, what are you and where are you here?
Howdy, I'm Dusty Dan McGraw. You might have heard of my personal brand. We're looking for a fella named Ebony Darkness. Perhaps you can point us in the right direction.
Like, I'm Dante? Like, I'm in charge here?
Pleased to make your acquaintance.
And like, I don't think that like Ebony would like want to meet someone like you.
Well, that's very judgmental of you. I mean, a lot of people seem to like me.
I mean, do you
They're
even
very,
know like what the hot topic is?
I heard it's something about spiders.
Well, there's
Yeah,
probably some kind of spider jewelry you can get there. It's a gathering place for the misfits and folks who don't fit in elsewhere to all get together and hand over their hard-earned cash for a series of identical t-shirts.
Like, do you even know what conformity is?
Sure. I mean, look, you're all dressed the same.
And he just sort of, like, looks you up and down with a real sort of, like, disdainful look, and he goes,
Like, how did you get past Annabelle?
Annabelle? Don't think we met an Annabelle.
No, we didn't.
No.
Unless your friend in the mattress is called Annabelle.
Yeah, was that Annabelle? Lives in a mattress, kind of tentatively, couple of tongues.
he just sort of
Probably
looks
not
really
her. She was
confused.
locked behind a dark door.
He turns around and he goes,
Like, Victor? Like, where the fuck is Annabelle?
and this other sort of cultist shrugs and pulls out what looks like some sort of whistle and blows it. None of you could hear any sound but the sound of something very large moving towards you all from behind.
Maybe it's time to just, guys, head for the portal
I
as
have
fast
to
as
say
possible.
though, sir, I do like your shirt. Where did you buy it?
Like, I made this myself.
It's
Like,
very aesthetically pleasing. I kind of nod, like, really vigorously at him and smile nicely.
He seems to like look at you really confused as if you're the first person that's actually given him a compliment. So, what are Dusty and Fur doing about this large creature sound behind?
Hold on now. I mean, what is this Annabelle that you was referring to? I think we were just having a pleasant conversation. No need to bring any kind of malevolent, multi-story beasts into this.
At this point, one of the cultists pokes Dante in the shoulder and goes,
Like, there she is?
and this gigantic spider is like making its way towards you. But
Getting Wild
maybe,
Wild West flashbacks.
but maybe 10 meters tall. It's pretty fucking big.
Okay, guys. I'll
Well, that's
Whisper.
This is the part where we sort of just jump into the portal.
Yeah, it does
If they
seem to
get
be.
in the way, just tackle them away. So, maybe Rupert, maybe you could, like, do the ballers and go first? I think you have a strong head.
What, jump into the portal?
Yeah.
Change the accent again. Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, off we go then.
It's been
I
real,
head
fellas.
first into the portal,
Yeah.
beard flying out behind me.
Okay, so are you flying through the portal?
Yeah.
Okay, what are the rest of you doing?
Yeah, same. First I shout at Dante.
Oh, Dante, there's a spider on your shoulder. Watch out.
At the same time as I'm running and jumping head first through the portal.
Okay. What's Dusty doing?
I'm gonna dive through the portal.
At this point, Dante goes,
Like,
Give your mama
there's a
the
spider?
ball,
Like, where's my rat gone?
I was gonna give you some guff about maybe talking to your parents, but now I'm wondering what on earth a rat gun is.
You
I say this as I'm mid-air diving through.
Having a long
Well,
space as you float through the air, get good air time.
Yeah.
We're talking Matrix Revolutions level. Yeah, bullet time happening here.
Yeah.
Alright. So, as you all go through the portal, you find yourselves in what looks like a Stargate-style ramp leading up to this portal on the other side, where it's leading up to the, your traditional stone archway. And on either side of the ramp leading up seems to be hundreds and hundreds of library-style shelves full of old books. At the bottom of the ramp, there seems to be a couple of doors. There's a door straight ahead, the door to the left, and door to the right.
Can we see if there's anything, like the books, if there's anything useful there? Or if there's anything of value to steal?
You can try if you roll demonology if you have it.
I want to keep an eye on the portal behind us as well to see if anybody's chasing us through.
Yeah, I don't have any demonology. Do you know anything about demons, Dusty?
No, more of tracking kind of general Wild West shenanigans more than demons.
Wish we'd have had Frankie here, but maybe he'll turn up.
Yeah, if you recall, I did ask as to whether we should wait for Frankie before going through the portal.
He might be behind one of these doors. We never know.
Seems unlikely, but alright.
Rupert, why don't you choose a door for us?
What?
Well, you have one door to the left, one to the front, and one to the right. Just choose one and go through.
Well, I'll dwarf cannon through the main door, yeah? The door straight ahead.
All right. There we go.
Do I have to roll
Follow
again?
closely.
Roll and see how you get on charging at the door. As you barrel through the front door, you see in front of you a large pit. And in the pit seem to be several middle-aged looking people who seem to be crying.
Now, I would wager this is the parents of all those there Hot Topic people upstairs.
I think you might be right. Probably.
Anyone here have a disappointing child?
Oh, you just hear wailing.
Well, no, they did have a semi-decent sense of clothing style, you must admit.
Oh no, I admit that. They just all have a certain underachieving quality about their personalities, that's all.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Talking more on a metaphysical level, look, I can recognize good fashion sense when I see it.
Can we get a fan art drawing of our three characters wearing Hot Topic, please?
Oh, God. I'm sure we could.
I would actually pay money for that. And I'm fucking broke.
Well, anyway. Howdy, folks. We're not really here to rescue you. How's it going?
At this point, they seem to start moving over towards where you are. And all sort of putting their hands out and say, "Help us! We can't take the poetry!"
Oh, is someone reading poetry to you? Might that be a youngster called Ebony Darkness, perhaps?
They get up on that, and she points towards a very makeshift pulpit at the other side. And you notice on one side it's a stack of papers, maybe about 1.5 meters tall. And there's someone in a very thick black robe clearing his throat, taking the top page off and beginning to read.
Good lord. You there in the black robe. Howdy, we's...
Save all your questions for the end. I will do a full question and answer session where, I tell you, which bits are part of my soul.
Would you be Ebony Darkness by any chance?
Like, no, I'm Vladimir.
All right. What was
Vladimir Raven.
Okay. What does it say on your birth certificate, though?
Like, that was my old life.
Okay.
We don't talk about that anymore.
I'm gonna take a wild stab in the dark, say your name was probably Stephen, or
At this point, one of
something
the
like that.
old people go, Preston, we can't deal with any more poetry.
Yeah, it was close. Preston.
Like, you will listen to all the times you made me sad, and I'll read it to you now in my small epis. This is called Ode to This Morning, the Fate of Us All.
Kinda wanna hear this now, actually. To see how small this boy's problems actually are.
At this point, Fernin will sort of walk over and hit Preston with the hammer in the back of the head.
Oh, not the hammer again.
In front of his parents.
Oh, I wanted to hear his poetry.
Yeah, I kinda was curious about the whole boy's upbringing.
Alright, so roll to see how your
Just
hammer
killing
goes.
a boy with a hammer in front of his parents seems a bit harsh.
You tap him
No,
on the head with a hammer.
I'm just knocking him out. Yeah, I'm not killing
Tap him on
him.
the head with a hammer. He immediately goes kind of dizzily and sort of staggers forward and falls into the pit.
Can you bring me his poetry?
I can do that. Let's see how his parents react now. There you go. Presto.
They
Presto.
run over to him and start sort of like tending to his head wound.
Is there any other doors from this room?
There is one door to the left.
Oh, let's go check it out.
Well, hold on, I want to read this poetry first. What stands out? What were Preston's problems?
You get as far as reading the term, my heart is like a pitch black peacock, and then you kind of give up.
Jesus. This boy needs to work on his similes. Getting a lot of mixed metaphors of it.
I mean, it has room for improvement. At least there are metaphors. What's a metaphor, by the way?
What's a metaphor?
Well, it's like when you're ramming your head
No,
into
that's
that
a
door.
simile. Sorry.
We could.
I got an E- on English.
We
God.
could actually say that you're like a hammer hammering a nail, and that would be a metaphor for your head going through that
Isn't
door.
that a simile?
Yeah. A simile is when you're like something. A metaphor would be if we said, you're a hammer going...
I'm getting increasingly confused. I am not a hammer.
Yes. Use your head on
Pretty
that
cool
door
nickname,
instead.
though.
I will accept the nickname.
Rupert Hammer
Rupert.
Steelbottom.
The hammer steel.
Yes.
But see, this is... We're all having a good day here. Apart from Ferdinand.
This is a very wholesome group of adventurers.
Oh, so the hammer. If you would like to use your hammer on that door over here, that would be much appreciated.
I don't have a hammer. I have a short
No.
sword and a hatchet.
Yeah,
All
Ferdinand,
right,
you're the
okay.
one with the hammer. You just done knock that boy out with it.
Use your head then, please, Mr. Steelbottom.
Will do. And I rammed through the door again, I guess.
Is it the same door we came in through?
No, it's
No,
another
a different
door. And that's a +8 at that. Yeah.
You ram through the door, and you come into what looks like a gigantic council chamber. And sitting in the middle, at the sort of grandest seat, seems to be a quite large, demonic-looking humanoid.
Ka-chow, what's poppin'? God,
Hello there.
Like, what are you?
We're
I'm a
looking
cowboy.
for a... Yeah.
Can you tell?
Yeah. We're a cowboy, a hammer, and a crotchless...
Ballless lizard.
Yeah.
I put my hand up and say, I would like to confirm I am not actually a hammer. I am a dwarf.
No, the dwarf. Newly called the hammer.
Yes. It's a
Like-
metaphor, you see.
Like, nicknames are not something you can, like, give yourself?
No, we gave...
Like, that's not fair.
Yeah.
I like the nickname.
Also, life isn't fair. Plus, getting nothing but positive reviews of this nickname.
Like,
Like a
that's
badass,
not
you ask
fair. Like, you're
I've
not
never
allowed
had
to
a
be given a
nickname
nickname you
before.
like.
Well, what about you? I mean, What's your nickname besides Satchel?
I don't have one. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm Ebony Darkness. I don't need, like, a nickname.
Oh, we could give you one.
Oh,
Wait, did you just say you're Ebony Darkness? Let's roll back just a second.
Yeah, this is Ebony Darkness, guys.
Okay.
And he wants a nickname. What are your traits? What are you good at, Ebony?
Like, I don't know, like, I write poetry.
Right.
And I like
Yeah,
it.
why don't we call you Letter?
Narrows his
Black
eyes at you.
Peacock.
Well, what kind of poetry?
Like, I talk about, like, the, like, glow of how the death of the universe will be a beautiful thing.
Oh, maybe Supernova.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Ah, Ebony Supernova Darkness. It's got a nice
Like,
ring to
that's
it.
far too, like, light.
Okay, why don't we call you Heat Death?
Yeah, or maybe Infinite Mass.
Like, are you making fun of my stomach?
No, I'm just putting my unfinished astronomy degree to good work here.
Yeah, I heard there's a lot of astronomy going on in the old country.
Sure is. Biggest skies you'll ever see. Clear night, you can see right from here to Andromeda. Further,
So-
if you're my buddy
Stars are very
Telescope Eye
nice.
Jackson. I digress.
Well, I think that we're supposed to get this
Now, come
guy's
on.
head up. How are we going to go about this?
So anyway, we've been sent here to find you. Ebony Darkness,
Like,
Heat Death,
why are
whatever.
you here to find me? Like, are you here to give, like, the full surrender of this pathetic town?
Kind of the opposite, really. We was hoping you'd come quietly and see. I'm a bounty hunter.
He hunts bounties.
It's true. Not really a
Like,
fan of
he talks a
coconut,
lot.
but
Like, what kind of bounties?
bonies, no bounties.
Chocolate-covered coconut ones.
See, I get paid by the municipality or the mayor or...
Like,
Oh,
so
I'm all
you
kinds
work
of
for the
places.
man?
No, man, I'm more of a free agent. You could think of me like an independent contractor.
But, like,
An
you take
entrepreneur
money
if you
from
want
the
to.
man?
Well, sometimes it's a man, sometimes it's a lady, sometimes it's a non-binary folk. You know, whichever. Gotta get the money, pays for my whiskey.
Like, alcohol is, like, the worst thing?
I agree. It's so bad for your health.
Yeah, like, he gets it?
Yeah, no matter, like, eat your 5 a day.
Like, no, like, vegetables are like the ultimate conformity?
No, they're like the ultimate unconformity. You get me?
Does Dusty or Fur got anything to add to this?
Not much of
Well,
a vegetable man myself.
Ah, me neither. I like my meat nice and roasted. So
See?
yeah.
See, they don't like vegetables. We should like them together.
Like, what do you mean?
Bit
Eat
slow
your
on this take,
vegetables.
Yeah, it's not very fast. No.
Like, you're
Dude,
meant to
stop.
like vegetables? Cause,
Healthy,
like, that's the conformity thing?
No, you're meant to like vegetables because nobody likes them, and also they're really good for you and make you muscly.
He's just looking at you really confused at this point.
I think my neighbors are probably feeling the same.
Well, anyway, look, we're not here to cause a ruckus if we don't have to. All I'm saying is we've been asked to bring in for a couple of questions as to why you and your old black-robed fellas. Either way, we've just been contracted to find out why you was killing all these folks.
Like, I am not killing anyone.
By proxy, look, I know you're gonna. I'm just sat here in my chair, but like, look, you're directing this whole thing. Am I correct?
Like,
You
I
as
will be
good
the
as
one
admitted that
remembered
when
when
we
this
came in the
city
room.
becomes ashes.
What you got against this city?
Like, they all made fun of me.
Well,
That's not a
maybe
good
that's
reason.
something we can work on. I mean, what did they make fun of you about?
Like, they never understood my life, like my differences.
Yeah, but I mean
Like, they made me
specifically,
eat vegetables.
Not a very good reason to burn down a town and kill people.
Like, I think you misunderstand how much I hate vegetables.
No, I'm getting it, but just saying it's not a great reason.
No.
I mean, I don't like getting robbed and stuff, but no, actually, that's a bad example. I probably would kill people who rob me. But, you know, you can't go... This dovetails neatly into a life lesson I was giving to my friend here earlier. You can't just go around killing people the whole time.
Like, I don't kill people, I raise them from undeath.
Yeah, but then the undead people go around and kill people, don't they? I mean, you want your town in ashes, as you put it.
And I don't
Like,
think
the undead have as much right as you do.
the undead didn't ask to be raised by you, so...
Exactly. It's a matter
Like
of
they
consent.
might have done if they'd had the option.
Yeah, but they didn't, though, did they? And, I mean, frankly, the lack of consent that you're getting from these folks is rather problematic.
Yeah. So, just come along with us and...
Come
in
on.
a nice manner.
Yeah. Don't be a dick, be a dude. Come on.
I love how this episode has devolved into 2 old men and 1 teenager trying to talk a necromantic demigod teenager into going to...
I'm not old, I'm 34. I just talk like this because of a lifetime I'm living.
I don't know how old my character is. It's just ambiguously aged.
It's probably not plot important.
No, not in the slightest.
At this point, he goes,
Like, no. Cause, like, I'm the necromancer, and, like, I'm gonna do this.
and at this point,
Let's look at this from another direction. I mean, what do you hope to gain from all this? It's a lot
I
of
hope to
effort.
gain a land that, like, undead can call their own.
They already got that. You not been to Angmar?
And,
Where?
below ground.
It's up north.
I've, like, never heard of this place, and I've been everywhere.
Maybe if you did some reading instead of writing so much poetry, then,
But, like, my poetry is the best.
well, that's rather, you know, some people say the best, people who are the best at stuff are rather self-effacing about the whole thing. Nobody likes a braggart.
At this point, Fernan is going to whisper to the other 2. Do you think it's time for my magic hammer trick, guys?
Look, you do whatever you want. All I know is he's a demon, a large fella. I don't think just hitting him on the back of the head with a hammer like Preston and whatever the dude on the boat was. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna fly this time.
Well, I think we might do something to incapacitate him or
Hey, look.
whatnot.
Look, man, you already lost your balls today. You really want to get the rest of them ripped off by this here emo uncooperative
Like, I am
son of a bitch.
not emo.
All right, goth, whatever. Either way, you look like you listen to a lot of My Chemical Romance.
see if
not
I
a
knew
bad, just-
anything about My Chemical Romance, I'd do a joke and tangent with this, but I don't.
I
I'm
know,
not
like,
saying
one
it's a bad
song.
thing. I'm
I think the only thing I could probably say back to that is like,
Like, are you dissing the Black Parade?
sure. let's
That's
go
the
with
only
that.
song I know.
it's about the same.
To be fair, it's a good song.
I'm not dissing it. I'm just saying you. I don't even really remember why I brought this up.
Maybe we should just go now, Mr.
Yeah, go hit
Darkness?
him with a hammer.
Nah.
I got
think we
no
should-
stake in this.
I think we should, like, try to get him with us from here.
Okay.
You know?
Look,
Yeah.
you'd be doing us a solid if you came along. You know, we're all fairly new to this.
Like, I
ain't
am a
got no personal
full-fledged demon. Like, I don't just come quietly.
No.
Why not?
Because that's what conforming people do.
No conforming people don't come quietly. Look, again, that neatly also dovetails to another point I was making. You gotta buck the trend. You know, you don't want people to look at you and go, "That's a demon. He ain't gonna come quietly." Like, you see my dwarf friend here. You know, a lot of people's first thing they say about dwarfs is, "Oh, they're drunk all the time." Not my friend the hammer here. They don't drink a
No.
drop.
Alcohol is bad for your liver. I kind
See
of
what I'm talking
smile
about?
and put a couple thumbs up. Like I remember the
Exactly.
fact from a book.
Exactly. See, you know, don't give in to what people already think of you. See.
Yeah.
You know.
Break the conformity. Come nicely.
I mean, the whole reason they hired us is because they thought, oh, that Ebony Darkness, he's such a crazy madman. It's going to take all these badasses to bring him in, because he definitely won't come quietly. Why don't you not conform to their expectations of you? Come quietly.
Like, if you can catch me, I'll come quietly.
And he goes and disappears in a big puff of smoke.
Well, at least we didn't lose any more balls.
It seems time has run out for this week at least. Join us again next week for more of this tale. These bard's tales were originally told to us around a campfire in a long-forgotten land as Descent Journeys Through the Dark. They were adapted for this podcast by Nikolai Popsky. All music was written and performed by Daniel Boström. The cast of Plummet are Nikolai, Daniel, Bellery, Amy, AJ, John, Rowan, Squid, and Ash, with additional content by Dragon. If you would like your own high fantasy dice, then journey to dndice.co.uk and use our name Penance RPG at the checkout for a 5% discount of your order. For what is a hero without shiny loot? As for us, we are but meager bards. If you would care to support our tales, you can buy us a grog or two, or Ko-Fi, as it is known in your parts, at ko-fi.com/penancerpg. If you would like to support us in future efforts, we have a Patreon at patreon.com/penancerpg. Farewell and good night, dear listeners, and remember that time will turn again soon. It's only a game, isn't it?
Fair enough. I quite like this story, actually.
Yep. So, we will continue this next week. I don't have any final lines they wish to yell at Ebony's disappearing body.
Don't drink, kids.
Yeah. Unless you want to be cool.
Yeah, he went the way my balls went.
Up in a puff of smoke.
Yeah.
Your balls certainly didn't come quietly.
No, they
I'm
did
so
not.
sorry about that. I was genuinely trying to help.
Well, it's not your fault. You wasn't the one hand grabbing them, so yeah.
My hope was that if I pulled you away before it got a good grip, that it would just let go. A solid attempt was made.
Well, I'm alive at least. That's fine. We'll probably cry about it later. Maybe write a poem about it and start listening to My Chemical Romance or something. I don't know.
See, this is how they get you. This is a recruitment station. That wasn't no zombie hand. That was a recruitment device. They get you in the room, get your balls off. Next thing you know, you listen to the Black Parade. Writing poetry that will make a grade school English teacher very, very disappointed in you.
Yes.